Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing one which I shouldn't really have favourites, should you, but this is the one that so far I find the most interesting as a person and subject. It's Laurence Stephen Lowry, born in 1887 to 1976, so he lived to be a good old age of 88. So let's get off and find it. It's a lovely morning now. It was raining when I got up early for a couple of hours, but it's freshened up and it's fantastic. Look, have a quick look round. This is Southern Cemetery in Manchester. Very, very, very big. So let's get off. He defeated all the odds, did Lowry, because he had a tough beginning. His mother, she was called Elizabeth, and his father Robert, who died when he was quite young, unfortunately. She wanted to be a concert pianist, and she tried for years, and it didn't work out, and she wanted a girl, and he turned out a boy, of course, a little bit awkward, and she sort of looked at him and resented him a little bit because he wanted a nice, girl that she'd wanted. So he had a bit of a difficult time with his mother, and as they got older, she became sick, and he had to look after his mother. She became bedridden. And I've watched the film. It's a good one with Timothy Spall. You want to see that if you're into Lowry. It's really a good version of it. It's got to be down there, isn't it? Straight down, I think. Yeah, so he had to defeat all the odds, and in the early days he was a rent collector for all his life. He wasn't sort of silver spoon. He had to work hard, and whilst he was doing that, he was doing his rent collecting, looking after his mother. So he did the painting in the early hours of the morning. He trained at the Manchester School of Art and the Salford Technical College. So, he spent a lot of years training. He wasn't an amateur. Just spin it round for you, look. I think we're down here somewhere on the left hand side. Got to keep on towards Lime Avenue we want. But for all that, when his mother did die, he was very depressed. And he went into a period where I think he called it the horrible head period, where he did self-portraits that didn't really look like him. So that was quite an unsettling period for him. He was a lonely man all his life. He never got married, he never had children. He was a loner, really, and he used to paint in his by himself. And in his house in later years, he filled the house with clocks. And people never really knew why. And there was theories that said, well, either the clocks made him feel that he wasn't alone, or as he had every clock at a different time, none of them were accurate, he just didn't want to know what time it was. Show you where I am now. Lovely and quiet, isn't it? Nobody here. And sadly, his mother never really got to see any of his success. I don't think, anyway. And he made a good living out of painting later on, but I think the real big success came when after he died. His paintings now go for millions. One of the last houses he lived in when he had more money, the people that bought it, when they pulled the carpets back on the floor, there was splattered paint on the floorboards everywhere. So basically they've got a free Lowry. Well, it's not exactly a Lowry, is it? It's a spattered, collection of paint, but it shows where he was working. So we've got to keep our eyes open for it now. He used to go to Sunderland for holidays, and people said he would sketch things on anything, a napkin, a cardboard cigarette packet, whatever, he'd sketch it. And he used to give those away, and some of those have been sold for thousands of pounds. Lucky old them, eh? Right, we're getting close now, so I'm going to spin it round. We've got to look for the stone cross, and it's Lime Avenue, which is in front of us, and there it is. Fantastic. That was pretty easy, but I knew it was Lime Avenue because that's just in front of us. So here we go. Oh, very nice. I've seen this before. People leave the brushes and the pencils and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, very nice. Shows us it's still thought of by lots of people, isn't it? Yeah, so looking at this is the section to his parents, isn't it? In loving remembrance of Robert Stephen Lowry, the beloved husband of Elizabeth Lowry, born the 4th of June, same as me, but not this same year, thankfully, 1857, died on the 10th of February 1932 at rest. Also, Elizabeth Lowry, his wife, born March the 5th, 1858, died October the 12th, 1939. There we go. So this is the one to Lowry. Also, their beloved son Laurence Stephen Lowry, born on the 1st of November 1887, died on the 23rd of February 1976. Well, there we go. Well, Laurence, you've left a fine body of work behind you. It's still also popular. There's lots of documentaries and films still being made. So, well done, Laurence. Well done, mate. Very good. A legacy of interest, and he depicts a period in paint. You know, I'm not a super art connoisseur or anything like that. I'm just me, but I do understand this art. I've watched Timothy Spall going round one of the art galleries, looking at it with a lady who was very knowledgeable. And I've seen other programmes, and I get it. You know, he used to paint the anguish that was going on and the figures, and they're not as simplistic as you think. You know, like in one, there's a pawnbroker cart. It's like a horse and cart, and all the people are dashing forward to pawn the things because they're in debt, and they're probably never going to get those back. And he's depicting all that. Of course, he was in touch with all that because he was a rent collector. So he was recognised by royalty because he was the official artist for the Queen's coronation in 1953. But he's got the record. I can't believe it. Good on him in a way. He's got the record for turning down the honours from the royal family. He was offered a knighthood in 1968, turned it down. He was offered a CBE, turned it down. He was offered an OBE twice, and he turned it down. Honestly, I don't know. Well done. Thank you very much, Laurence. I'm going to go. S Lowry. He never bent. The critics in the beginning used to knock his artwork and said it wasn't correct. There was no shadows behind the figures and the animals, but he didn't listen. They said the feet were too large, they were out of proportion, but he didn't listen. What he did do was extremely well get the sense of this unpleasant scenery, in a way, of all these people that were tired and working hard in the mills and having to go to work for long hours. He caught all that on canvas, and it was catching what was going on at the time. So, I mean, that was the art that he cleverly thought of. He suddenly realised no other artist was painting that, and he went straight into it, and it worked, of course. So good on him. He saw something that made him different to everybody else. So when he died, he, as I say, left all his money. I think it was about £300,000, plus his artwork that'd be worth a lot more than that, to Carol, they call her, Carol Lowry. But she wasn't related. She was like a niece. She was an adopted niece. You know, she was a friend. She'd been with him for about 20 years, and he'd nobody else to leave it to, so he left it all to her. So that's T.S. Lowry. If you've enjoyed that, anyway, subscribe and ding the bell so you'll get more notifications of the new ones. And I hope you have a great day wherever you are. It's raining, but I enjoyed the rain here today. A thumbs up and a comment would be lovely as well. So that's the end of this one today, and thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.